Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Shout out to all my crack whores and all my dinosaurs. And we have another one for you today with DSP and the Sidescrollers Part 2. But I am joined, as always, by Bombastic Relish. You bastard. And I am Mr. Lolcow. Fuck you, Mr. Lolcow. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And again, part two, DSP side scrollers. We we are we're in for it with this. There's so much to cover, and I just love this interview so much. And we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep firing away. So far, we know DSP. He's a cuck, but let's keep going at it.
For
And
huge.
Yep, and let's get us on there. Boom, and let's keep it going.
Again, yes and no. I would say back in the day that was the case. Like new releases, I would get ginormous spikes in attendance because I actually used to have.
Oh, and I forgot to add. So context. Craig had asked DSP about new releases, new games, and how these companies don't want to give. The reason why DSP doesn't get any new releases or anything is because of the simple fact that he has 200, 300 viewers, and companies rather give their game to people with 5,000 viewers.
Right.
Which, not rocket science. And now DSP is trying to say his views spike and they do all these different things. It's all convoluted. It's DSP coded. So let's let him talk.
But DSP Gaming, which is my gaming channel, used to be one of the more prominent gaming channels for Let's Players on YouTube over a decade ago. I was in the algorithm. I play a new game. I would see my attendance double, triple just because I'm playing a new game. I don't get that anymore. It's been, and there's some of the things we'll probably talk about today. One of the reasons was why that happened. Trolling activities, false copyright strikes. It kicked my channel out of the algorithm. So today,
DSP, just to put things into perspective, one of the big things that really screwed over his YouTube algorithm is he claimed that someone from Machinima had told him to delete his videos because of copyright music. You never want to do that. Just privatize your videos. And at the time that this had happened, that was the strat. And now DSP is trying to make it seem like, it's because of the trolls. No, it's not because of the trolls. It's because of because of your partnership with Machinima, because you were too lazy to do any of your own research. It's always Phil's fault. Phil just lacks any type of accountability.
It doesn't really matter what I play, honestly. I mean, yes, I'll play a new game and I'll get a little bit of a spike. But as for audience retention, it really depends on what I'm playing and who's there for what. There's some people that don't care what I play. I could sit here and play.
Right, you got your hardcore. You got your hardcore. You can play Tiddlywinks and people will show up, right?
Exactly.
And that's with everyone. And DSP tries to make it seem like his hardcore audience is everyone that shows up. That's not the truth. Like when people play a game, like for example, Ninja was at the top of the game of Fortnite. Everyone was watching Ninja, and he had streams where he had 10,000+ people watching him.
Yeah.
Now you watch his streams, and he's still doing very well. But compared to those heights, those people that at his peak were not the hardcore audience. The hardcore audience is not even the people now. It's going to be 5 years from now where Ninja's maybe balding a bit. Okay, he's balding. That blue hair is gray, and he's down to 500. He's snorting into the microphone like Sir Phil. And he's now, guys, I really want to drink this Red Bull. But if you want me to drink this Red Bull that I'm sponsored by on stream, I got to hit the $50 goal. I'm joking, of course. But that's the hardcore audiences are the people that watch you until the very end. Like White Boy 7th Street, he will post once in a blue moon. He gets 200-300 views. Those are the hardcore White Boy 7th Street fans. So, yeah, Phil has that.
But I will get an increase when I play a rage-inducing game or a multiplayer game where there's going to be an element of challenge where I can either persevere or I can really fail miserably against people online in a competitive setting. People like that.
More often than not, you just keep failing and failing and failing. So I don't think you succeed in pretty much any game that you've ever played in your entire career. That's saying enough. But
that I bring in, but
and I'll add this, like with Phil, depending on the game, like Street Fighter, he knows a lot about Street Fighter. He knows a lot about fighting games.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. Call of Duty, holy shit, dude. He is so fucking ass. Or as he would say, ass. at that game. The way like he walks in Call of Duty. Phil, Call of Duty. You see these fucking streamers? These motherfuckers be jumping, fucking slide cancel. Phil's just like, oh, I'll sprint in a straight. He sprints in a straight line.
He's just like
Yeah,
this.
and
That's all he's doing.
Boom, boom, and he always uses like cheesy guns. If Phil ever tells you that in his spare time he spends time with Cat, know that he's lying. And whatever game he's playing right now, he's either playing it off stream to rank himself up, or two, he's watching videos on how to do better.
Yep.
That's always the Phil strat.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It would be great if maybe I was just one kind of content, but I found in the 15 years playing kind of both sides, it gets you different audiences. And
They never said that. What Adam and Craig are essentially trying to tell Phil is not that, yeah, you need to just stick with one style. It's just reinvent yourself and just stop being such an asshole when you rage out so much. And stop trying to claim it's just the character, guys. You know, like Black Panther, you know, Wakanda. Am I right? Yeah. I want to get Phil now to say Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
It's worked for me. At least that's what I feel is one of the keys to my longevity is tomorrow, if they never made another FromSoft game, I'd be okay because I still play everything else.
I would not be okay with that.
Oh, I wouldn't be okay with that either. I love those games too. As much as I rage at them and I'll be angry in the moment, I absolutely appreciate and love them for what they are.
Well, clearly you just need to get good. I'm just,
Exactly.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
And the filming continues. Wow, that was quite a comment.
And you know what? And the legacy of Chatham grows.
Exactly. I'm a terrible player. Everyone knows this.
Well, let's talk about something real quick. So
Shut the fuck up,
you
Phil.
early on had this perception of the king of hate. That was something that you marketed, you created, or whatever, right? Whatever it is, that was your thing, the king of hate. You had the kingofhate.com and all that stuff. And now you're Phil, right? But do you feel
So with the King of Hate, Phil tried to LARP and say it was similar to wrestling where he was the bad guy and it was just a way for him to go ahead and to just to be the heel, similar to Edge, or let's go way back to when Phil was a kid, Yokozuna, who Cat is built like that.
Oh no, that's horrible, but not wrong either.
Yeah, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
Yeah.
The Iron Sheik, guys like that. That's what Phil wanted to be.
Yes.
Phil has about as much charisma as a fucking tree stump. That's just Phil, and that's what he tried to claim it was, and he would use the hate of people saying, you know what, Phil? Your goatee looks stupid. You know what, Phil? You're a fat bastard. You know what, Phil? You look stupid. You know what, Phil? That Latina that you bought that condominium for to impress at your job that your dad got for you, she thinks you're just a generic white boy. You know what, Phil? LTG said you're an NPC, and he's right. He uses that to fuel himself, so he'll play better at the games. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not the Ultimate Warrior getting hit by Hulk Hogan and then just start shaking like, let's go, I'm from parts unknown. Or Hulk Hogan going, it's Hulkamania, brother. We're out here, we're hanging and banging. Like, that's not the case, Phil. You're a fucking grown adult. Shut the fuck up.
do you feel that still follows you around? This idea of built around, like, look, James Rolfe, angry video game nerd. He's clearly a character. People know that there's the angry video game nerd, and then there's the character. But your perception is that there's this hate around you, this negativity around you, right? Do you think that has followed you to the point to where, regardless of if they're coming to watch you, Phil, or DSP, that is been a negative detractor for you? The whole hate moniker.
Absolutely. And of course, I guess this would be a good time to talk about what the moniker means, because a lot of people think the King of Hate means, that means that Phil's just a hateful person towards games and game developers.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Remember, everyone. I think it was Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles got fucking plowed out by all the EA developers per Dark Side Phil.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she's there. You know, like he is a hateful person. He is a no good nothing bastard. Like
and everything else, he's just going to rage on his stream and just hate everyone. And that's never what it was. Anyone
Wrong.
who does 5 seconds.
That's always what it was.
all right, King B cruel. More like King B bitch.
Yeah, really.
What was that, Phil? Yeah, I'm going to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass.
And then the
Oh yeah, it's just like me. I'm nobody knows your dumb fucking memes.
Yes.
Oh my god, like what a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Research to the what does the King of Hate mean? I've answered this question so many times in the 15 years I've been a content creator, but no one wants to hear the answer. The answer is, I used to be a competitive Street Fighter player.
Oh, great.
Back in the
Here we go.
2000s.
Fourth place.
And back then, it was a really weird situation because Street Fighter wasn't big like it is today. Street Fighter was on the downturn. There were no new fighting games out. So the way to get attention on the competitive Street Fighter community was building up drama. So
Right.
I would go online and I would be the biggest internet troll to everyone in the Street Fighter community. I would make fun of them. I would just destroy them online. And everyone
Okay,
knew
so
Phil's like the biggest
let's
internet
fast forward, right? This has been well.
Yeah, thank you. Even Craig's like, all right, Phil, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Answer the fucking question. This is Ames. This is pause. Answer the fucking question, Rich. Yeah. Wait, here we go.
Shut up! You didn't.
Established this is a decade ago. Let's talk about today, though. Like, do you feel
Okay.
that this has followed you around? Do you feel that people? Do you think that the King of Hate moniker is still relevant?
Today it is not. It was because when I started, the meaning behind it is when people hate on you, you don't use that to become a victim. You don't use that to.
Unless you're Phil. He plays
like
the victim
Phil.
on everything.
All the time. All the time that he plays the
It's
victim.
always if Phil stubs his toe in his house, he's going, fucking duty, you asshole duty, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
If Phil's car fucking breaks down, you know who it is? It's that motherfucker Tevin. That's who it
Tevin.
is. He's a fucking criminal. You know, Phil turns on the radio. It's music he doesn't like. You know who it is? It's Meerkat's fault. It doesn't come in denim, you prick.
Now,
Like,
guys, Tevin did give me an STD. Snort.
yeah, guys, Devin was over here and he was pounding my butt real hard, and and he gave me an STD. Then LTG comes in the chat. Nah, Phil, that was me.
Yes, exactly.
With my peanut butter complexion.
Crawl into a ball and hide in your corner and I'm defeated. People don't like me anymore, so I quit. Instead, you use that as a way to motivate yourself to do better. For example, when people say, you're never going to beat this game because it's so tough. You say I can't do it. You're hating on me. Say I'm a bad gamer. I'm going to beat that game just because you said I couldn't, right?
And yet every single time we've seen in recent years, he goes, I don't know what's the problem. We don't hit the goals. All right. We don't hit the goals. We're just going to quit. I'm done with it. We're going to move on. All right. I don't know. I don't know why we don't get support for this stream. I don't get it. And
Went to what makes it even better. Secret Limited has a video of Phil quitting over 100 games.
Yes.
And people were clowning him like, yeah, you couldn't beat it, Phil. So no, Phil, there are games that you haven't beat, and it wasn't just because of the goal, because you didn't understand it. Like the Scarface video game, and it's a great game, and you hated that game because there were so many things that you had to do for side quests to make money to do certain things. And you spent your money stupidly, which is not just a feature in the game because of how dumb you were in the game, but it's a feature in your own personal life because you can't fix your fucking shower that's broken. You can't fix your fucking garbage disposal and your fucking dishwasher or your toilet. All the things that you claim that are still broken all these years because you spend it on sweaty Hogan JPEGs. Son of a bitch.
You say I'm a bad content creator. I'm this. I'm going to fail.
You are.
No, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to use that hate around me, and I'm going to be the king of it. I'm going to motivate myself with all that hate to be a successful person. This is a mantra I've used in my entire life to continue on and be successful. And
when Phil says speeches like this, you know what I think really plays in his head?
What?
Looking for a hero.
that's why I have so many haters.
I don't
on
want
the
to say too
internet.
many
I use that
lyrics.
to fuel myself every day to come back and say, no, I'm going to put out a great, meaningful stream for people, regardless of what these idiots say on the internet about me. But it follows me. You're absolutely right, because people say the king of hate is not that Phil owns the hate against him and motivates himself. They say he's a hateful person. Take a look at that thing he said 10, 15 years ago.
Yes,
that racial joke he made, that ridiculous sexual comment he made.
So I want to point out, he said racial joke 10 years ago. Okay, let's keep that in our back pocket.
You know, that's what the king of hate is. And then they'll say, look, he used to have a website, thekingofhate.com. And then they'll reference that stuff and say that I'm a bigot, or I'm a racist, or I'm a sexist. You know, they say it to this day. They're probably saying it right now in chat. You know, and it's not true.
Well, then let's. I wasn't planning on talking.
And this is the juicy part. This is where things get good. And I gotta say, for Chatham and Craig, great job on these guys. I know I said it in the first episode, but they rock this shit.
Yeah.
This till later. Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
When you climb to the top of like the hate mountain and claim to be the king of hate, don't you think it's almost inviting people to try to take you down? You know, you said that you made that your thing in the Street Fighter world, and then as time went on in the YouTube realm, that's what you were, I guess, made your position on the internet known. You're the king of hate. So like, you can almost expect people to come back at you and try to use that same kind of vibe. And you know, I've seen plenty of clips of random shit throughout the past couple of weeks, because I didn't know who you were, right? So I'm still kind of new to this YouTube realm.
And I can tell you right now that Chatham absolutely was like, bro, I wish I never met this fucking guy. I wish I never knew about this dude's fucking existence. He's a cuck. He's a McSpazatron.
I don't like the way you walk. I don't like the way you talk. I hate this. I hate that. You know.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this.
Yes.
And you know, I've seen the way sometimes that and of course, this is what people share, right? So what I've seen is you kind of letting it get the best of you in some cases, where you're letting that almost get under your skin, where, I mean, if you want to be that person on the internet, you kind of have to be able to take it as well. I just wanted to point that out. You know, it's almost like you kind of asked for it by being the king of hate and making that your thing. It kind of was like, all right, well, if I'm going to dish it, I got to be able to take it as well.
100%. No lies detected. I mean, did Adam say anything that was fucking deranged or stupid?
Nope.
No, I think he was
pretty
spot
clear
on.
cut, I would say.
Yeah, and now Phil's thinking in his head, Adam, he's a fucking detractor. What a fucking asshole.
I 100% agree with you, Adam.
Oh,
Today. I've been on YouTube for 15
today, because Phil of the past, okay? Phil of the past is the biggest detractor of Phil in the present.
years. And when I started on YouTube, there were no successful Let's Players making a full living doing it the way that I ended up doing.
Boogie, Wings of Redemption.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who was the guy? I got my arrow back. Yeah. Toby.
Oh, Tobuscus?
Tobuscus, that's what it was. Yeah.
Tobuscus for sure. He is a top example for sure.
PewDiePie.
There were these guys called Game Over, and that's what they do all the time is they rate very old NES games and Super Nintendo games, and they're still doing it to this day.
Angry Video Game Nerd?
An Angry Video Game Nerd, yep.
Yeah, you can go on down a list.
On and on and on and on and on. You're not the only one, bitch. Like
Phil's acting like he's fucking George Washington, fucking like going ahead and fighting for America. Like the fuck.
Now, guys, I cannot tell a lie. Snort.
Yeah, guys. I actually, did you know that I fought in the fucking Revolutionary War? I beat those British people's ass. Fuck you, Mr. Ludacris. I beat you fair and square.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to think who's another detractor that's British, but still, again, it's an absurd fucking thing. Like, Phil's just, such a cuck.
I'm almost kind of like a history lesson.
No.
Look at what Phil has done. What? And don't do it, right?
I guess as far as mobile games, sure, but not YouTube.
Look at all the mistakes Phil just made in the last 15 years. And if you want to be someone who makes gameplay content on YouTube, don't do what that guy did, because he screwed up. You know, when I started 15 years ago, I was like, I'm just going to roll with what I do in Street Fighter. It worked there. Why not do it on YouTube? I wasn't doing it for a living. It was my hobby. I had a 9-to-5 job. And this was something I came home and did 2-3 hours a night. I would pump out some gameplay. I never took it seriously. I never thought it would be my job or anything.
He says 2-3 hours a night. It was more than that. It's got to be longer than that, because the way that he would pump out content was like, holy shit.
So I was the king of hey. I just rolled that moniker over to YouTube. Now, fast forward 2.5 years after I started on YouTube, I lose my job. Oh crap! What am I going to do? Can I monetize my YouTube presence? I guess I can. But now I'm the king of hate. Everyone knows me as the king of hate. For 2.5 years, this is my shtick. This is my moniker. What do I do? You know, how do you erase the past that you've already established? And that's what you're known for. And
and one other thing, let's not forget, he had DSP Gaming and he had the Dark Side Phil channel. And the Dark Side Phil channel lost its monetization because Phil explicitly told people to click on the ads. Click on him and help me get money, because he got fired. So, yeah. And to this day, I don't know how TOS has allowed for him to essentially ban evade AdSense and go on another channel and still collect. I don't know how they've allowed that.
I don't know.
It's been rough. It's been rough. I'll tell you this. 2 years ago, well, excuse me, about 1.5 years ago, I had a revelation. I was like, I have to move on from my past in any way that I can. I have to try to get rid of this moniker. This is something that people were actively using to weaponize against me. They were going to businesses that I was associated with and telling them, you have a bigot on your website. Do you know that?
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
No lies detected.
Nope.
I can't say the actual word, so I'll just say to you, Evan, hello, you.
If you know, you know.
And they would link to things, little one-off.
That's what happens when you let them take over space.
Oh my god.
Squashing heads. Hello, you. Y-O-U.
Y-O-U, yeah.
From 15 years ago.
Right.
As if it's something I did today.
Well,
And they would say, he's the king of hate. So I said, I have to stop this. I have to get rid of the website, rebrand myself. And now that's why I do not live by that mantra anymore. I don't even mention it. You know.
So, but what have you done? What have you done, Phil, to change the perception of that? What have you changed the look of your streams? Have you changed your production value? Did you take a break? Did you say, look, I'm leaving and I'm gonna come back, but I need time to kind of rethink this? Did you, because you're still going under it's still the same channel, still DSP, still Darkside Phil. What have you done to change the perception of that? I mean, it's been a consistent line the entire time of Phil. So what have you done to change that? Because it sounds like you're saying, well, you know, woe was me, but ultimately it comes down to your actions.
Couldn't have said that any better. And what has Phil done? Nothing. He hasn't changed. Has not changed. Only thing that has changed, though, gray in the beard. That's it.
True.
Yeah, and if you were to watch my content, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, hell, 2 years ago, and you were to watch my content today, you would see a difference. Like, for example, look how everything looks behind me right now, right? Up until just, 6 months ago, my setup looked like shit. I'll admit that.
His setup looked like shit. It's a fucking picture from Punch-Out. A Sonic figurine. I think that's Fallout. Mario, Pac-Man. Your setup still looks like shit, Phil. It really wasn't until the Kino Casino showed up and told him to change his setup that he really changed it. He got bullied into changing his setup.
But it's because I don't.
And remember, sorry, I forgot. I know I'm pulling a Posky, as they say to the Kino Casino and Andy Worski. Let's not forget that it wasn't until LTG fucking bullied him, calling him a Walmart NPC, that he decided to change his wardrobe and that he started lifting weights.
I don't have the know-how. I don't, I'm very much crowdfunded by my viewers and fans, and it's they who contribute to everything. And in this last 1.5 years, there's been kind of a reinvigoration. Let's change everything I'm doing. Let me listen to feedback. Just in the last year, I started doing React content. I was the biggest critic of React content. I crapped on it constantly, saying it was terrible content. It's the lowest form of content on the internet. I hated it. And
let's add also this. Look at the body language. Chatham hasn't really moved. Craig hasn't moved. DSP's fucking sweating, everything, because he's just so nervous because he knows that he's fucking lying.
Yes.
He did not do this interview with any good intentions at all. And he never does anything with best intentions. He wants to lie. And I'll say this, Phil claims to be religious. Okay? Lying is like he comes from like a Catholic or a Christian background, one or the other.
Yeah.
Lying is very much frowned upon. And he tries to use the Bible as a way to get around things. You know what they say in the good book? Ask and you shall receive. Phil, in the Bible, okay, when you misrepresent the Bible, when you go ahead and you lie, you can go ahead and try to say these sick, twisted things like, no. See, the thing is, I didn't lie. I kind of did. You lied, Phil. When you have to go ahead and say, oh, well, the thing is, if you think about it like that, then you're lying. You're automatically lying. Now, there's situations where, I might tell Evan something and then maybe he misunderstands something that I said and vice versa. But then that's miscommunication. You will openly say, guys, I need money for this and spend it on Hogan's. You're gambling, Phil. You're gambling on sweaty JPEGs. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan.
I started listening to my viewers. They're like, Phil, why are you so ignorant about this stuff? You got to start to open up and be a more laid back guy about all this crap. If you don't want to be the king of hate, you got to listen. And I started listening. I started doing different kinds of content. I changed my setup. I'm trying to change the perception around me. But the problem is, it wouldn't matter if I went away for 2 months and rebooted my channel and renamed it or whatever. There is such an overwhelming stigma against me on the internet that it wouldn't work. These trolls would just follow me no matter where I go, what I do, no matter how much I change. They don't want to believe it, or they pretend like the change hasn't happened so that they can keep rolling on with their hate trains. And, it sucks. I would love to do a full reboot and rename DSP Gaming. It wouldn't matter. Within a day, that's DSP Gaming. Don't be fooled. It's the same guy. So I have.
Yeah. Cyrax changes his name all the time.
Yeah,
Soren Black. Fucking DJ Shadowblade. Like, it's still Cyrax. He's still a PDF. It doesn't matter if you go ahead and you change your name onto a different platform or whatever. You're still Darkside Phil. You're still a lying, begging bitch. You're a triple B, motherfucker.
I've tried to change and do better things and make more laid back content. You watch my content today, way less of that rage kind of stuff, way more chill content, interactive stuff, meaningful content with my viewers, I feel. But the stigma remains.
Well, let's talk about something real quick that can add to that stigma, right? And I think this is important. You said the light bulb went off, about a year ago. You got to change. You changed your background and stuff. But I want to bring up, there's still jokes that are made that that don't necessarily they don't fit today. And I want to play one for you really quick and just kind of get your reaction to this. Okay, so this is
Evan. When I tell you, this is chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
It is chef's kiss.
Okay.
This is. Yeah, so you know where this is going, and I want to watch this so we all understand what's going on here.
Make this quick. All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait a second. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? What?
That's the best. Not the best, but that's the thing. Remember earlier? He said he hasn't done anything like that in over 10 years. Yeah. This was 2 weeks ago. And let's hear this explanation. Look at him right now, though. He's like, fuck. I got this. And then shout out to ZXH. What? DSP makes racist jokes. Give him a sub, baby.
God, what the heck? Daddy loves you.
You know how much I love you, right?
Oh, all the way to now.
Scared you just look up at the sky and down the battle chain.
Okay.
Put the kid in the vehicle. Stay with her.
Oh my God.
That's right, she's too valuable to escape.
No!
Lots of money.
No! It just went from really bad to holy fuck, Phil.
Oh, we got more, buddy.
No, and it's worse than
We got
Okay.
the reaction now.
Oh
Yeah, so what's going on there, man? Like, let's talk about that. Like, how does that when you
That's
see that?
Oh,
When you see that, how does that make you feel? What are you thinking? Do you regret that saying that? Like, is that edgy humor?
well, first of all, I have an honest question for you guys. You've now seen it. I don't know if Adam has ever seen that clip before. Okay.
No, I
Is that the
haven't.
first time? Okay.
Look at the immediate deflection. He does not want to answer the question. He's like, no. I'm throwing it at you. I'm throwing the question back at you, motherfuckers.
Okay. What do you think the joke was there? I'm just curious. What do you think I was trying to joke about?
That you're selling.
What are you talking about? What do you think the joke was? There was no joke. You said a very insane thing on camera.
Yeah.
What?
And let's listen to Chatham. Let's go Chatham.
That girl to the slave trade.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like, and that's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
It is.
Now, from what reference do you think? How can I say this? Okay, I'll approach it from.
What?
so-
Because she's black. She's a black
Oh.
girl, and you
Yeah.
said that because she's black.
Slave.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Like
God.
Phil tries to make it seem like he's doing 4D chess. Phil, you don't think this hard.
You're playing.
perspective,
You think you're playing 4D chess, but he's playing fucking 2D checkers. God
Yeah,
damn.
what a fucking piece of shit.
Oh my god.
From the detractor perspective.
No,
the
I want to
joke-
hear your perspective of what you
Yeah.
meant.
Good. Keep him accountable. Suffer bitch.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do both.
It's
We'll do both.
pretty obvious what the detractors mean. Like for me, that would have put me on the detractor side because it sounds like you were making a joke about selling that little girl to the slave trade. How is it not that? Like, what did you mean?
Oh no,
that
that's absolutely.
Here's the cope. Here comes the cope.
That's the joke. But there's a difference between saying that's okay and it's funny or the ridiculousness of the situation. See, you just saw that clip completely out of context, correct? You don't know what's going on in the game right there.
Okay, explain the context then.
That sheriff is a corrupt sheriff. He is actually orchestrating a situation to try to murder people inside a building to protect his secrets. He's like a dark guy who controls the whole town.
Okay,
Now-
wait, but he's doing it again. He's totally twisting it, flipping it, turning it upside down, and he's talking about the plot of the game instead of the fucking joke that you just fucking did on camera.
Yeah, which was
A
about
joke.
slave trade
Yeah.
of a little black girl. That's
And no one knows this. Everyone thinks the sheriff's a squeaky clean guy. So this is being revealed throughout the plot of the game. He's a scumbag, right? So
and so are you.
Yes.
the joke is this guy's such a scumbag. He's saying to the dad, "I'm going to save your daughter. Give me your daughter. Let's take him in and rescue her." But in reality, he's such a scumbag. He'd probably do something like that. He'd probably, traffic people. That's the joke. Now,
What?
I've never ever played a game and been like, oh yeah, that guy's a piece of shit, dude. You know what he does? Fucking traffics people.
Yeah,
What the
really?
fuck? Like that's not the primary thing I jump to. I jump to murder. Like, oh, you know what? I was playing Grand Theft Auto. That guy piece of shit, dude. He kills people and he frames them. That's what I jump to. I don't jump to he fucking traffics people. Like, no one thinks that.
is it a joke that's acceptable by today's standards? By 80% of people, probably not. I agree with you.
Do you think that's a joke? Like, do you think that's a joke acceptable by any standards? Like,
really?
I don't.
Even a decade ago, 2
Right.
decades ago, 3 decades
Like-
ago.
And
I
and
think-
it's like I just want to hear your thoughts on that because I think there's edgy content, then there's inappropriate content, and we've all been guilty of edgy content before, So
I think it's dark humor. It's definitely skirting the risque. Okay, not to say that I've heard much worse.
Skirting the
obviously, from other
risque.
people, but that doesn't make it
Wait a
okay
minute,
for me
pause,
to do it. I know
pause.
that.
Okay.
Wait, so let's really think about this because I don't think that actual slave traders in like the 1600s or 1700s, I don't think they would consider it skirting the risque. They'd probably consider it a business transaction. Do you know what I mean? And the fact and the fact remains that we move past that. We move beyond that. We said that slavery was unacceptable and, in many cases illegal. The legality question is up for debate. We won't get into that here. But it is to say Bullshit excuse, Phil. Bullshit excuse.
Exactly. 100%.
And you know, there's
Well,
things,
especially with what's following you around, your reputation, right? Do you think that if the light truly went off in your head to say like I got to change, don't you think it would be like, well, maybe I should bite my tongue on this one? I may be thinking it, but how about I bite my tongue on this?
yes, I want.
Yeah.
Oh, he bit his tongue all right. He bit his tongue all the way to saying something so fucked up that they had to be like, "Hey, like, can you like rethink your life decisions, please? Is that possible?"
DSP has never bitten his tongue on anything. He just says whatever he wants because he doesn't know how to be funny. He doesn't know how to be comedic. He doesn't understand timing. He's a bitch.
Yes.
100% agree with you, and it's a working process. It's something that
He said it was a decade ago that he stopped doing those things. So 5 years later, Phil, this is a process? No.
What?
has to happen naturally over time. It's not something that can be a switch that's flipped because, you know, again, I was someone who's done this for 15 years back in the day. That's what people came to watch. That's the content they wanted from me. That's what got me popular on YouTube. That kind of ridiculous, unacceptable, over-the-top, dark humor joke, okay? Today, it's not acceptable. I know that. But the thing is, those jokes
Today's
still
not
click in my head.
acceptable. You did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Absolutely should have not done that
ago.
joke. I will tell you that right now, 1,000,000%. You know, but it's a working process. And here's where you have to have some kind of an air of fairness, or at least you have to see the big picture. All right?
What?
I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing it full-time for a job.
No one gives a fuck how long you've been doing it for and how long you've been doing it as a full-time job, Phil. You know what you said was fucked up, but you said it because you're a fucking bum.
Since 2011. I do it 6 days a week full-time. 6 days a week I'm here full-time streaming.
No one
good
cares.
for you, bro.
I have
Fucking
over
go.
100,000
Also, shout out to the cat. Shout out to Chatham, the cat. All right?
videos on the internet. Okay? People will always find something that moment of weakness, that stupid thing that I said. I know, stupid Phil, why the hell did I make that joke?
I wish he slapped himself harder.
But once it's out there, it's out there. And all you can do is apologize for it,
No!
say you're going to do better and try not to do it.
No, I don't accept that. It's not when it's out there, it's out there. You edit your shit and then you put it out there. And if there is a mistake after that, then okay, maybe you can say it. You kept it in there on purpose.
Well, I don't know if he kept it there on purpose because that clip was from someone that clipped it. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, he could have taken it out of his live stream. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Alright.
But still,
Alright.
the fact that he said that,
Yes.
shows like what he thinks about.
Yeah.
Like, because he was quick to it. He was quick about, all right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling it right off for profit.
God.
And move on. Now, there's a reason why I'm on the show today. Okay? This is
No.
what, March 16, 2023. And you had to show a clip, one random clip from last summer. You didn't show something I did in the last week, the last month. You showed something
sorry,
from
last
the
summer, my
one
bad.
moment of weakness. Whenever I do something stupid on the internet, it gets hyper analyzed, you know, looked in with a microscope and blown away. This is what Dark Side Phil is. Have you watched the last 5 years of content I've put out? There's probably, okay, yeah.
So it was fucking last summer. It was fucking like, if this was done in March. So last summer.
That was
July.
like probably, July. So that's probably what, like 7-8 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm a human. I make errors. Absolutely. And I'm stupid. And I do dumb stuff when I get over emotional. This is not the norm on my streams. People see
it
that
is.
clip out of context like you guys just did. And if all you knew of Dark Side Phil was that joke, you would hate my guts. You'd be like, what a scumbag. He made a joke about child trafficking. What kind of a horrible person thinks child trafficking is funny? When you watch it in context, it's not as bad, but it's still bad. But when
I
you
don't know.
watch all of
The context that you explained didn't make it any better. I'll be honest.
that's fine.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you for saying that.
Oh my
I
God.
agree.
Because
That's fine.
I'm not sure which character you're even like portraying. So were you acting as the sheriff in that
Yes,
situation?
that's why I did. That's why I did like the accent. Yes.
I don't know. I think that like in a situation like that, like we live in a society now where like, look, I understand that going into this interview that literally every second of this is going to be analyzed, and Adam understands that, and you understand that, right? But and literally everything you say, there's a camera on you at all times, especially when you're a live streamer, you know, and I mean, for somebody who does this for a living, I just feel like you have to be able to bite your tongue at sometimes, and you need to know better. I mean, you said it yourself. The switch was flipped, and I understand that. I totally understand. I am very forgiving of mistakes, right? But when there's a pattern of these things that go back over the course of time, like it's no longer a mistake. It's a continuation.
100%. And Phil has said some of the most craziest things. Hello, you. You know, and he has a history of saying these hateful things. You know, now he's telling everyone that they're the R slur. He's going ahead and he defends that too. He's like, well, you know, it depends on the context. No, either it's okay to say, or it's not okay to say, Phil. Like sometimes he'll just call someone the R slur, and then he goes ahead and he's like, oh, I hope they don't get effed up. What, Phil? Like, why you're afraid to say fuck, but you want to call someone the R word? You fucking idiot.
So I don't know. I think, look, if you're saying that I'm also a big believer in taking people at their word, right? Up until their actions show different.
Yep.
So you're saying that over the course of since that joke, you've been pretty squeaky clean, and you haven't made inappropriate jokes like that are that edgy, I guess.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't want to say that because I'm here 6 days a week full time. You know, that's a lot of my life. And I guarantee you, if I say, man, yeah, that was it, Craig, that's all I remember, immediately there'll be other examples tossed out right now. They'll find it, right? I
understand.
And that's the problem is when you are 100% on the internet at all times, with the amount of content I put out on the internet, they will always find another example or whatever. I am actively trying to change. What I will say is this. You would be challenged in the last maybe 2-3 years to really find a running pattern of me doing really bad jokes like that. Okay, maybe you'll.
I don't think that's true. Like 100% just not true, Phil. You're a racist. You're a homophobe. You're a lot of things.
Find a few. I'm
So now you can find a few.
Definitely a flawed individual, but you're not going to find it as like you wouldn't say, oh, here's 47 times within a year that Phil did that. I know for a fact he's a scumbag, right? You'll find one time.
No. We would pretty much say because of the begging, you're a scumbag. Everything else after that is just kind of, bonus. Really, you are a scumbag, Phil. Just own it. You're a piece of shit scumbag.
Here, one time here, and then they blow
Phil,
it up on the internet.
You just gave so many different people a reason to do exactly that.
Oh, they will. I know that, but the thing is, they do it anyway. It doesn't matter what I say or do. This is what they do. So
now you said that the switch in your brain, was off, so that you made that joke. Like, do you have it in there that it's like thinking like when you said that you're like maybe that was too much, or you were just free flowing, and that's just kind of you?
It's a great question. It's an honest question, and here comes Phil just a lie.
Let me put it this way: if
you have to think about it, it's a lie.
I'm streaming and a joke pops into my head, and I feel, oh man, that's probably too much. Today, I usually will not say it. Usually, it would be maybe an extenuating circumstance, or just for a second, a momentary lapse. I feel like what that was a momentary lapse because I've done it for so long. I get this weird observational humor in my head. And my brain is going a million miles a minute. Here's a joke, right?
But do you think that's observational humor though? Like I don't know. Like I'm not one to like.
He's like,
there are people who make.
He's like talking as if he's been to like multiple comedy def jams and just like, and you guys, whenever a white person says the thing about the slave trade, they say this. But if a black person says something about the slave trade, they do this. What are you doing? You're not a comedic genius, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there are comedians who make jokes and they're edgy and such like that. I guess, do you fancy yourself as a comedian? Like, because you're telling us that people come to your streams to watch you, rage react to streams and things like that. I don't necessarily, and I don't know. I'm asking, and I think this is probably a better question for your fans. Are they coming to watch for those edgy jokes, or are they coming to watch you rage? Because I don't know, man. It doesn't fit. You know, that's
I
a
agree with
really.
you. I agree. I actually agree with you today. I should not have made that joke.
I agree
know
with
that.
you today.
That today,
Yeah, it's just today. And tomorrow, fuck you.
you're 100% correct. 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, it was a different climate on YouTube, and people were looking for that. That's who I was, and now I'm
So
not.
this was last year, you said?
That was
Yeah.
probably summer of last year. Yes.
So, because it just feels like a big leap from going from a sheriff who is like trying to kill people to seeing a little black girl and thinking a slave trade.
And
Good job. Good
this
job.
is this response right here, and we're gonna end it after this response. Like
Yes.
we'll react to it, but this response is crazy.
Okay.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
no! Now you said it. Now you said it.
See
You said
what?
you said black girl.
It was
That-
on
That's
screen.
correct. That's correct. And herein lies the problem.
What?
I didn't think that. In my mind,
It doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't
You're
matter.
right.
No. That's kind of like saying, well, she's a black girl, I suppose. Like,
No, so Cyrax actually gave the same response. He started saying, "Look, yeah, I do call Marty the N-word, but I don't say ER. That's a lie. I said it with A as like, what's up? Because of where I'm from." Like Cyrax, you're a white guy online saying it. No one gives a fuck why you're saying it.
what the hell?
Yeah. And then
Oh,
here's-
look at the guy on the left. His fucking face is like the home.
okay, Stuttering Craig has so many.
Stuttering Craig is
great
like,
moments. But real quick, Evan, screenshot that photo of Phil. Screenshot that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Hold
perfect
on
with the
one
hand
second.
out.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, hold on. I got you.
That's perfect.
Yep, got it.
Word.
I got
You're
it.
right. You're right. I agree with you. But in my mind, I didn't even see that. I didn't think that. That's,
Okay.
you know, the joke was, this is a scumbag sheriff. He's literally lying to everyone. If he's going to traffic someone for profit, I wouldn't be shocked. It wasn't, she's a black girl going to the slave trade. And that's stupid of
Oh
me. Why the
my
hell did I not make that connection in my
God.
head?
Oh
We're gonna-
my god. Oh my god.
That is
Oh
the most.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so in love. Found you finally. But that is the most ridiculous fucking, like, guys, yeah, she was black. But I didn't say slave trade because she was black. Phil, you said it exclusively because she was black. Not because the sheriff was a bad guy. You were like the sheriff. I don't even think the sheriff wasn't selling people off the slave trade.
No.
The sheriff was killing people. So
Yeah.
where does killing and slave trade? No, it was because black slavery. Yeah, it wasn't because of like
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
like it's not Phil slavery. Huh? No, black. That's what it was. Like, just own it, Phil. Just be like, hey, it was a lapse in judgment. And that's the problem, is he can't ever admit that he did something wrong.
Because I'm stupid.
Okay.
You know,
You are.
You are,
Yes,
yeah,
you
yeah.
are. Yes. Yes.
That's the most truthful thing he said, other than his name.
True.
I'm dumb.
I don't know
Yes.
if I believe that.
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to believe me. I can't make you believe me. I didn't think of it at one moment. Did I ever think, oh, she's a black girl, make a slavery joke? Absolutely.
You did.
100%.
100%. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Mhm.
Without question,
You're
you
not.
did.
It was about child trafficking, essentially, and that this guy
No.
would have probably done that because he's
No.
such a piece of.
Nope. I don't accept it. I do not accept it.
Okay, besides Jeffrey Epstein, does anyone ever look at someone and go, oh, he's such a piece of shit, he does child trafficking? Like, fucking everything he says is so stupid. What
I
a
know.
fucking dunce.
I know.
Garbage.
All right, you know what? We're gonna cut it off there.
We're done.
gonna
Yeah,
cut
we're done.
it. Yeah. That was when I Phil.
We're only 44 minutes into this thing on a 5-hour stream. Good lord.
we're gonna do a lot of parts of it. But
Brother.
that has been everything. Phil's a piece of shit. We all know this. But if you like the content, we're gonna keep doing it. Be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment down below, and until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Yep.